Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's Chat and you're watching Choice TV. For today's video, I had to come on here and bless y'all with an unpopular opinion because there's been a lot of shit going on in this world and I just have a lot to get off my chest. Now let me just start by saying that if you have a problem with my popular opinions, then you can go kiss my fucking ass and go suck your mother. I said what I said and I'm not taking it back, and these are my unpopular opinions, and if you disagree or agree, feel free to just let me know. But all fucking well, these are my unpopular opinions, and here we go. I do not care, nor do I want to hear about Kamala Harris sleeping her way to the top. Yeah, she was a hoe. Yes, she probably popped her poom poom for a real one just so she can get to the top. We keep hearing rumors about it. She did this and she did that and she was a hoe and she did this and she leveraged her appearance.
Thoughting through life, and they basically said she got her political start, her political upstart, because she was dating this guy, Willie, can't think of his last name right now.
First meaningful job in politics was given to her by her boyfriend at the time, who's married, Willie Brown, the most powerful Democrat in California. But we know that Willie Brown is not the only powerful person she dated.
I will not be shamed out of discussing this by people who say it's slut shaming or it's not relevant. It is relevant when a young candidate tries to sleep her way into politics and into power. When she had an affair with a man 30 years older than she was 29 to 30 and he was 60. Sure enough, that relationship paid dividends for her in more ways than one.
And so what? Who cares? Most of our mamas and grannies was hoes. It is what it is. If she was able to leverage her looks to get what she wants, who cares? Because you want to know something? She's not nobody's baby mama. She's married. She's successful. Yeah, she might have been a hoe, but at least she was smart enough to be a smart hoe. I believe in the saying that if you're going to be a hoe, be the best goddamn hoe you could be. If you want to pop your poom poom wide open for a real nigga, then that's what you have to do to get to the top. I have no problem with her being a hoe and sleeping her way to the top. It's not that serious. And for people to bring that up is really corny and insensitive. Because at the end of the day, a lot of hoes get fucked on couches and don't get shit but a fucking STD, PTSD, trauma, blocked on fucking iMessage, and absolutely nothing in return. Most hoes get less. And clearly this hoe won and got a lot because now she's in the running to being the president of the United States. I'm still not going to vote for her ass, but I don't care that she's a hoe. What are her policies? What can she do? My next unpopular opinion is Drake's whole career is not over. It's ridiculous that people keep saying that Drake's career is over and he's done, calling him a pedophile. Look, Drake has done some problematic things. He's done a lot of gatekeeping. He's done a lot of shit to make himself be at the top, shit on people, adopt people's styles, literally will hire 50 million ghostwriters, and has leveraged people's flow, stolen people's music. And to be honest, Drake ain't going nowhere. He's a smart guy. Let's not forget that he gave us Take Care. Let's not forget that he gave us Started from the Bottom. Let's not forget that he gave us Views from the Six. Let's not forget that he gave us all these hits and classics. Drake is a GOAT and a legend, and Kendrick cannot diminish that. Drake is still the highest selling artist of all time compared to Kendrick Lamar. And yes, Kendrick Lamar might have won the battle, but Drake definitely won the war.
This whole discussion about straight women not wanting to date bisexual men or down low men is nothing but misogyny. It is, because how is it that the people in the rainbow community get to choose who they date? Like a gay person only wants to date another gay person, and so on and so forth. But when a straight woman says, no, I don't want to date a man who's bisexual, I want another straight man, it's deemed as homophobic. And her not wanting to date a bisexual man is seen as hatred, and that they hate their sexual preferences or what they identify as. It's nothing but misogyny.
So I'm coming out the gay swinging, and I'm going to be honest. I came across that TikTok, and it did kind of make me see where she was coming from, because a lot of what she said, it was very valid. However, I will say this. Bisexual people do exist, and sometimes people like to sit up here and say, oh, well, I don't want to date someone that's bisexual because just no. Well, I find it interesting how people try to make it seem like you can only be attracted to a sexuality. You can't really be attracted to a sexuality. You're attracted to people. How many men have y'all seen, ladies watching this, how many men have y'all seen and been like, damn, he fine, and then you find out he's actually gay? Let's be honest. We find people attracted based on how they look. And a lot of times, if someone's bisexual, you wouldn't really know unless they were to personally tell you. Now, I'll be honest with you. You should have the right to choose if you don't like someone's lifestyle. That's completely reasonable if it doesn't work for you. But let's be honest for a second. There are so many women who have, touched on their homegirls' breasts, touched on their homegirls' butts. When they was in middle school and high school and primary school, they kissed a girl, made out with a girl, did stuff with a girl, all types of stuff. But I find it interesting how they draw the line with men. Why be hypocritical? Why not keep the same energy with yourself? I hope women have the same energy if they've done stuff with women and men don't want to date them. That's just what I'm being honest about. If you are a woman and you've done stuff with a woman just out of experimentation and a guy doesn't want to fuck with that and he thinks, oh, that's weird, I'm not messing with that, then you should respect his choice too. And I hope people keep the same energy.
The 13th Amendment needs to be abolished. I feel like if we're going to talk about any type of thing that needs to be set in stone and removed, we got to talk about the 13th Amendment. So as we all know, we have a crazy ass prison system in America. We have a lot of prison systems that are owned by the wealthy. We have private prisons that are owned by wealthy individuals. And a lot of times, these wealthy individuals are using prisoners to literally package Starbucks cups, to package Bed Bath & Body Works stuff, to package stuff for a lot of major corporations, to do, Amazon work, to do all types of packaging and shipping and all types of, landscaping work. And guess how much these prisoners are getting paid? They're getting paid like 25 cents, 45 cents an hour to put to their commissary so they could buy fucking ramen noodles that's worth like $8.
Associated Press investigation found that everything from grains, meat, eggs, and milk had been grown, harvested, or produced by incarcerated people. And their labor finds its way into the supply chains of some of the most recognized brands and largest food companies in the world. We followed as cattle raised at the Louisiana State Penitentiary were transported to a meat processor in Texas. From there, the beef ended up in the supply chains of McDonald's, Burger King, and major grocery stores.
I felt like I had become a slave, a product of the convict system, because everything that I was doing was profiting the prison.
The 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime.
Roof Raggy? Y'all don't find it a little bit suspicious that only two particular racial groups are most likely to be in jail, i.e. black people and Hispanics? You don't find it funny how they're more likely to grow in impoverished communities and how they're more likely to literally grow up in screwed up schools, messed up parks, crappy areas, no fathers in the homes, and they're more likely due to their circumstances to end up in jail? You don't find that kind of suspicious?
We spoke to prisoners who were working on the same plantation soil where slaves toiled more than 150 years ago. Many were making pennies an hour. Some were getting nothing at all. Others were being contracted out to private companies or taking part in work release programs. Prisoners can sometimes be punished for refusing to work, even thrown into solitary confinement.
So the list goes on, but this right here is a list of companies that literally use prison labor to package their meat, package their holiday orders, and much more. These are companies that literally profit, like Starbucks, McDonald's, and many, many more, just so they won't have to pay factory workers. Isn't that fucked up? This is just a lesson to just stay out of jail, because honestly, the system is just built for a certain majority to literally fail.
I feel like if you're going to have prisoners doing all that work, yeah, they might have committed a crime, but can they at least get a reasonable fucking wage in there? You know what I mean? And then these prisoners get out of jail and they can't even manage and maneuver through society. They have to struggle and hustle because they can't find a job. I mean, regular working class people who just got out of college can't even find a job. And prisoners are literally competing with college kids who are waiting on their, recommendation letter to come in, or are waiting for that job that they want to work at, their big boy or big girl job, to hit them back up. So they're competing with prisoners, and prisoners are competing with them, and prisoners need a job. It's ridiculous. This economy is already fucked up. So to pay them shit pay like this, it's ridiculous, and it's not fair, and it's fucked up. Crumbl Cookies are not that good, but they're not that bad either. So if y'all didn't know, Crumbl Cookie has been taken over all over, like nationwide in most Western countries, because Crumbl Cookie has just been this new TikTok trend. They have all these crazy ass flavors, all these fancy creative concoctions, and they put them in a fucking pink box, and people have been enjoying and fucking them cookies up. And personally,
them cookies are not that damn good. Them cookies to me are soggy as fuck. Them cookies to me are underdone. Them cookies to me are unseasoned. Them cookies to me need to be thrown right back in the oven for another 35, 45 minutes. Them shits are not done. But I will say that Crumbl Cookies aren't that bad for people to be making videos spitting them out. They're not good, but they're not awful either. They're okay. And it really just depends on the cookies that y'all get. Some of y'all are getting all these random cookies like, you know, confetti cake cookie and be thinking that it's going to be magnificent. I mean, come on now. Like, you're paying $4 for like a fucking cookie, you know what I mean? And it's a hype cookie. It's not even some cookie that's gourmet. It literally, a lot of don't realize this, but a lot of these cookies are probably packaged and taken out of like little Ziploc bags, or probably made by fucking factory workers that are paid like a couple pennies to the dollar. Christian Keys needs to be canceled immediately. Bro, y'all remember Christian Keys? Y'all remember that actor guy that went around saying that he had a secret recording, a secret spy device, a secret pen where he was allegedly recording a very wealthy billionaire who has given money to HBCUs, and how this person's a predator, how he done slept in this man's bed, and how this man had tried to come on to him and have sex with him?
Dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. Statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it. Still a predator. I have kept one of these on me. It's a recorder. I've kept one of them on me for 18 years.
I'm trying to figure out how the fuck did we just forget about Christian Keys coming out with all these allegations, didn't even say a name, went viral, and then out of nowhere he just disappeared and lived his merry life. They paid his ass off. And to be honest with you, I don't trust him and I don't fuck with people like that. He was just doing that intentionally because he wanted what he wanted. He worked with this apparent person that funded projects in the Hollywood industry on numerous occasions. A lot of us thought it was Tyler Perry. Then a lot of us thought that it was this other billionaire dude. And honestly, the fact that he disappeared shows that he was paid off. He was obviously requesting a lot of money so that way he could take care of himself. And he was doing this as a threat to show this person like, hey, I got something on you. Now give me what you want. He is a conniving, manipulative, sick fuck. He is blackmailing somebody instead of making it seem like he, cares about victims and this person's a predator. You care about your own pockets and you care about yourself. You're trying to literally leverage what someone did to you, someone whose house you literally slept in on numerous occasions, worked with numerous times, just so you can get leverage on them to eventually blackmail them in the future. I don't trust Christian Keys. He needs to be canceled, and I'm telling you, karma is so real because you made it seem like you cared about all these victims. You made it seem like there's all these predators in the industry and that they need to be exposed, but look what you did. I don't get why people still go to the movies anymore. The movies is boring as fuck. You go to the movies, you pay $16 for popcorn, you get a soggy ass hot dog and some watered down ketchup and mustard. The movies is a scam. I'd rather just pirate my movies and watch them for free. Now, don't tell anybody I told y'all this, but I use this site called upmovie.net, where basically I could watch almost any movie I want for free. I'm not going to put in the description box. I want this video taken out. Upmovies.net is going to be that shit. That's what y'all need to use. Stop fucking paying for the movies and stop you paying for Netflix and Hulu and all this shit. They're raising their prices literally every fucking month. I'm not paying $15 for Hulu when it was like $7 when I first got it. All these movies in Hollywood are trash. That's why it's kind of difficult for me to feel bad for a lot of these actors in movies who are striking and getting upset because they can't go back to work and getting upset because they're not getting good health care and benefits. Come out with better shit. Friends who ghost you because they got into a relationship are not your real fucking friends. Some of y'all need to realize that. These people are not your fucking friends. Wake up. People don't realize that sometimes we have friends here and there. We hang out, we bond, we collectively meet up, we bond, we share stories, we have each other's backs. But then the minute some of these friends get in fucking relationships, they out of nowhere go ghost and then try to like act funny and act weird and they don't hit you up again. I've had this happen to me with female friends, male friends, homies, homegirls. The minute they get a man, they start acting funny and they barely even show up to events. You invite them to your birthday dinners, you invite them to ceremonies, you invite them to baby showers, random shit, and they be acting stank and acting funny because, their man can't go, so they're not gonna go. And I find that so pathetic when you literally go ghost or you neglect your friends just because you got into a relationship. It's one thing if they were service level friends, like friends you just go partying and clubbing with, but real friends that have had your back, that have showed up for you, that are there for you, that are good to you, that didn't do anything to reckon being cut off, it's not right that you allow some man to get in your head or some woman to get in your head to make you distance yourself. This goes for women and men as well. I never understood that. You should be able to prioritize having relationships outside of your intimate relationship. If you can't make time for your friends and you can't let your friends in and you can't even give your friends time to like hang out with you and share them with your man, then in my situation it's this. It's either your partner is making you push them away, which is a big red flag because your partner wants to be the only person you have. And usually partners who want you to push your friends away are usually the main ones that want to be in your head, all in your head at all times. And they don't want your friends to have an opinion if they do something bad. Those are usually red flags. The biggest red flags are the partners that make you navigate away from your friends. You should always run away from that. And that bugs me because a lot of times y'all push away some good, genuine people. And then the minute that guy, that bitch breaks your heart, the minute that bitch ass man breaks your heart or that woman breaks your heart, you want to come circling back. Like, hey, it's been a while. Yeah, I broke up with her. I broke up with him. And see, you're not a genuine person. The reason why a lot of these people who dump their friends when they get in a relationship had friends to begin with is because they're lonely. They generally just want friends to keep them company because they don't have a man in their life to keep them company or to give them some type of support or communication or community. You know what I mean? So they literally ditch their friends once they get into a relationship, and that shit is really cold and says a lot about somebody's character. Whoever is involved with putting out that fake ass Kim Porter book on Amazon needs to get their ass whooped and they're going to hell in a handbasket. Did y'all hear about that shit? So apparently a lot of TikTokers who want to be fake commentators, who are wannabe bloggers, are going on TikTok and people are going on social media and Instagram saying, oh my God, Kim Porter's book got leaked, Kim Porter's book got released, excerpts of it are released. However, there's been some fake ass books that people are releasing claiming that they found it, that they leaked it, and now they're putting it on Amazon. They're selling it for like $20, and hundreds of people are buying it, profiting and putting money in these people's pockets. Some of y'all need to use our fucking common sense and not believe everything out here on the internet. I want this to be heard, and I want people to literally absorb this right now. If you're an American and you got fucked up credit and really bad credit, take my advice. Now, I'm not an expert, but I am really good at credit repair, and I know what I'm doing coming from someone that has built their credit and done well with their credit. Do not pay your collections and off your loans if you're struggling. If you don't have the money to just outright pay off your loans and pay off your collections to fix your credit and you need your credit fixed, don't pay that shit. There are different ways to literally fix your credit. If your credit is stuck in the 500s or in the 400s, there's ways to fix it. There's so many loopholes to fix your shit. If you have fucked up credit, take notes, okay? Because most people aren't going to tell you this and they don't teach you this shit in school, and you can research this. A lot of y'all pay rent, right? If you pay rent, did you know that if you live in America, you can report your rent to the credit bureaus? Did y'all know that? You can literally hit up so many fucking agencies and so many companies like Rental Karma. That's what I personally use Rental Karma. And no, this is not sponsored. And there's Level Credit, there's Experian Boost, there's freaking Boom Pay. There's so many, but you can literally report your rent to the credit bureaus. I literally did that shit for somebody. Tell me why their credit literally went up like 20 fucking points in like a matter of 3 days. Report your rent to the credit bureaus. That's a way to boost your credit. If you need like a little bit of a boost for your credit, report your rent. If some people have been living at their fucking rental properties for like 3-4 years, and once they report that 3-4 years of rent, even past rent on they shit go up. If you want your credit to go up, there's ways to do it. If you're not going to report your rent to the credit bureau, which I highly suggest you do because a lot of these services only charge a small fee to do it for you, use things like this. You can even ask someone to put you as an authorized user on their credit cards. So I did this for a few people. So fun fact, if you know somebody that has credit cards and is financially responsible, ask them to put you as an authorized user on their credit cards. If you're trying to get a new car loan or you're trying to get, even an apartment, if you want to boost your credit score, tell someone you know, a friend, cousin, your granny, or whoever you know that trusts you and likes you, if they can add you as an authorized user. Now, when they put you as an authorized user, obviously the bank is going to send you your own credit card, but they don't have to. You know, if you want that person to trust you, don't get a credit card because you get access to that same credit line that they have. Just make them put you as a beneficiary or an authorized user on their card, and then you literally inherit all of their 5, 10 years or 7 years or 20 years of credit history. So if your grandpa or granny has a credit card that she's been paying on time for 25 years, you literally inherit 25 years worth of credit on your fucking like credit report, which will literally jump your shit like 10 to 100 fucking points. And then if you do have the means and you do have the money, of course, pay your collections, pay your fucking bills on time, pay your rent, pay your bills, pay all that shit on time. And if you could knock out some things off your credit report, then knock it off, pay off your collections, pay off your debt.
So people will literally be like, oh, I have fucked up credit because of college and oh my God, this, that. No, you have fucked up credit because of you. There's literally loopholes. So report your rent, be an authorized user on somebody else's card, or hell, even get a fucking secured card and stop being so fucking lazy. Go to any bank that you trust and literally ask them if you could put down a down payment on a secured card. They literally lock it into a fucking random card and then you use it like a regular credit card. Pay that shit on time and your shit will literally jump up after like 3 months if you're responsible with it. But please be responsible and pay your damn bills. Let's just be for real. Some of y'all are really irresponsible. On top of that, if you do pay your collections, make sure you tell the motherfuckers that you want a pay to delete so that way they agree to delete shit. Some of y'all are paying thousands of collections and they won't even delete that shit off your credit report unless you ask.
You need to have a driver's license by the time you're 25. Get a fucking driver's license, okay? Even if you live in Europe, if you can get a driver's license and you can sacrifice some time to get a license, just get one, okay? What happens if fucking R. Kelly or P. Diddy pops out of the fucking bushes and tries to kidnap your ass and put some GHB down your throat? You want to be able to hop in a car and be able to get away from a serial killer. What happens if a serial killer tries to come attack you and there's nowhere to go, but there's keys and there's a car? You need to be able to function that vehicle, drive that vehicle, and get the fuck up out of there as soon as you can. But just learn how to drive. That is the one skill that will literally take you anywhere you want to go in life. Learn how to fucking drive and get your license. A lot of people are driving but don't have a license. Be safe. It's okay to not vaccinate your kids. If you don't want to vaccinate your kids, then it's perfectly fine. The human body adapts and evolves over time, and people develop a sense of immunity by going out, living life, putting dirt in their mouth, touching things. A lot of us are building our immunity. Sometimes dirt is good. Sometimes coming across bacteria and viruses is good because it builds our immunity. You don't need vaccinations to literally make your child immune to these things. There are other ways. There are other healthy, natural ways to do it. Let's be for real for a second. A lot of these people in the Caribbean who didn't have access to a lot of these vaccinations 20, 15, 30, 50 years ago, a lot of them turned out fine. A lot of them didn't. But it's life. You don't have to vaccinate your kids, and you don't have to think that people who don't vaccinate their kids are problematic. It's okay. Don't vaccinate your kids. There are some people who are refusing to give their kids the chickenpox and the COVID vaccine. That's fine. It's not that deep. People are giving parents shit for not vaccinating their kids in hospitals. It's not that deep.
Not everyone subscribes to Western medicine. People got to understand that everybody has their own personal beliefs. So it's really crazy to me when people give a lot of parents ish because they refuse to vaccinate their kids at the hospital. These kids are literally being fucking dosed the hell up before they even get a chance to leave the hospital. Yeah, that for me raises a lot of red flags. But I do get why people, don't want to get involved, and I get why people also don't like when parents don't want to get involved.
Payphones really should still be around. I think it's ridiculous that most of the payphones that existed in all major cities are gone and disappearing. I mean, let's be honest for a second. When was the last time y'all seen a payphone in New York City? When was the last time y'all seen a payphone in sight? I don't see any payphones anywhere. A lot of times when I see payphones, they're either shut down, damaged, and broken. I think payphones should still be here because there's been times where I've had situations where I've lost my phone and I have no access to a phone, and I could easily just call somebody to, do me a favor and come pick me up and come help me out, but I can't do it because guess what? There's no payphones. You ask a stranger for their phone, they keep walking because we live in a shitty ass country like America where people get robbed and snatched up for human trafficking. So the average person, if I'm lost or struggling, is not gonna let me borrow or use their phone. Chat GPT is an evil ass invention, but it's a necessary evil. Chat GPT is one of the best things that's ever happened to society because if y'all didn't know, it's an artificial robot of intelligence where if you want to ask it any question in the world, It'll try its very best to find you answers and resources.
Now to a growing problem facing high schools and universities around the world, an artificial intelligence software called Chat GPT. While the software has been a hit with investors, with Microsoft reportedly planning to invest $10 billion, students are using it to cheat on tests.
So what is ChatGPT 4? What's new in it? And what cool features can you try? Let's dive in. So the first cool new feature is that ChatGPT 4 can understand images now. It can do anything from analyzing objects in a photo to perceiving the context of an image. Snap a photo of your fridge and it will tell you what to cook. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. Identify objects, read packaging labels, or describe your surroundings, and can handle inputs of up to 25,000 words. So not only can it write essays for you, it can analyze your texts, an entire book you give it, and it will remember it. And the final advantage of GPT-4 versus GPT-3 is in solving complex problems. For example, GPT-4 was in the top 10% of test takers in the bar exam, which means it was better than 90% of actual US lawyers. And in general, it will give you a much more streamlined answer to whatever question you ask.
For example, your child can literally go on chatgpt.com and say, ChatGPT, what's the square root of 43? And show your work. ChatGPT will literally show its work and teach you how to solve the equation. When I was a kid, we literally had to use Quizlet. We literally had to go in the back of the textbook to find the answers. We literally had to, text people, go on a three-way call and ask people for the answers and what do they put. We had to write the answers down. We had to copy other people's notes to see if we could show our work. We had to write down fake work. I would literally have to show my work, but I would do fake work to make it seem like I try to solve the equation. That's just what I mean when I say ChatGPT is an evil invention, because back then it forced us children back in the day to be crafty and to think. Now kids can literally just get on their fucking computer, use ChatGPT, and they would never know. You could ask ChatGPT, for example, to write you a poem about why fried chicken is incredible and why grapes are disgusting. Or you could tell it to literally write you a song about why apple pie is the best pie in the world. And it'll literally write you a rap song, a bridge, it'll write you a chorus and everything. ChatGPT is literally way better than Google because it'll get you the answer quicker. And you can even ask it for therapeutic advice. You can literally ask that shit like, hey, am I tripping? So me and my ex went through this, that, and the third. And ChatGPT will tell you if you're the one in the wrong or if your ex is the one in the wrong. That's how crafty and interesting it is. It's like literally talking to an actual person. And it's actually horrifying. And we can all thank Elon Musk because he's actually the mastermind behind it, even though he abandoned the project. And now a group of people are involved with it. And it's getting stronger and stronger as the days progress. Crazy, because it's putting us in a predicament where now we're not going to be thinking, using our brains, or reading anymore. We're going to be trusting in AI software. And what if somebody uses it and manipulates it and puts out a fake answer to try to manipulate and control the masses because all of us were using ChatGPT? I mean, the saying goes, think while it's still legal. It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye or their brain. Well, you have to literally, as a human being, always practice exercising your brain. That's why researching really helps you become a critical thinker and a more objective person. Now, ChatGPT isn't biased at all. It's literally a robot, so it's not programmed to take a side. It's not programmed to think emotionally. It's programmed to think logically, and it has an algorithm that helps you find the best possible answer. And I've used it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just as guilty for using it. I've used it to literally find apartments in my area where, ChatGPT, tell me what area, I can find the best apartment that has this, that, and that nearby. And ChatGPT has done it. Or ChatGPT, give me advice for what I should do for my YouTube channel. What kind of things should I do? Or ChatGPT, give me mental health advice. Somebody irritated me recently and they did this, that, and the third. And they'll give me resources, advice, what's wrong with me, what I'm doing wrong, and so much more. And that's why it is fairly lucrative. So use it to your advantage if you are going to use it, but remember to learn how to think and know how to speak for yourself, because sometimes people will literally repeat talking points from ChatGPT. So yes, this AI system that you ask a question to or ask it to do something will likely do something as long as it can actually write it and type it or analyze an image. But be mindful that this can work in everybody's favor, but it will later work against everybody in the near future. It's all kicks, kikis, and giggles until eventually ChatGPT tries to abuse, manipulate, and use whatever information you give it. And what if it scans your data and then knows exactly what you want and what you don't want, or it reminds you of something you told it literally 7 years ago, and then years from now it uses that information against you and that information gets sold? Keep that in mind. So yeah, Chat GPT is getting crazy, but I'm not gonna lie. It is beneficial and I have used it a lot. Not wanting children is very, very selfish, and I'm okay with that. The thing is, people think that being selfish is always a bad thing. Being selfish isn't always a bad thing. You know, I don't know if I ever want children or to adopt children, but if I ever do have children, one thing I will say is this is I don't know how I would feel letting them out in this crazy ass world where there's all types of predators, human traffickers, diddlers, R. Kellys in the world, and psychotic people who just snatch up kids. I mean, let's be real. More than fucking 500,000 people go missing a year. And where the fuck do they go? Is there some type of underground tunnel where they're all just hiding? Where do they disappear off to? Are they in our fucking chicken nuggets that we eat? Why would I want to bring a kid into this world? I'd rather just be selfish and worry about myself, feed myself, wipe my own ass, clean my own fucking self, clean my own house, and not have to worry about chasing off fucking gremlins who fucking threw toys all over my fucking home. You know, I want to be selfish. I want to travel the world. I want to be able to wake up one day and say, oh, you know what? I don't have to work today. I got some free time. Let me just, you know, take a quick little 5-hour trip out the country. Yeah, I'm okay with being selfish, and so should you. Especially in this fucking economy. It's hot as hell outside. Who the fuck want kids in this day and age? But that's that for this video. Hope you guys see where I'm coming from. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys noticed some popular opinions. I had a lot to get off my fucking chest. And to be honest with you, I don't regret none of this shit. Cancel me, drag me, cuss me out. I said what the fuck I said. And these are my unpopular opinions. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's that. Troyce out this bitch.
If they ain't got you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings. Some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah. Some people here for the fortune. Some people here are afraid. Some people live that everything means nothing if I ain't got you. And some ooh. There's nothing in this whole wide world for me to say if I ain't got you, baby. People are watching me. That's all you get for free.